OKFM 101.7.
Yeah, why? Maminko Honorable Rockson Dafeamakpor, where member Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. Na yeneno entry and come MP for Sabdine. Na yeneno entry and come. No, memoaji.
Kwame Mijuso no pe michia etifu nyina.
Etifu nyina jo so na boko de.
Ma Kwame yetim komu de. Yeah, oban pe yinsa COVID hadrin and na Russia ni prince so hadrin. And everyone so I ho intino e won say you know man dey.
Me sorry fear.
Na high.
1 week ni say me na mehwa ye bibia wa ha queen e 1 week ni.
Kwame ma won say binum kwa ye we sit and one start the collection. Cool.
Na ayi
but mamen fa akonya yi ma say every British citizen yako and the whole of the Commonwealth because Kwame ya basa si mamiana abruwa in fact London do London na omo fe no abruwa na yina yenim no and she was such a remarkable queen. And the quote that is making the rounds since Onya and baby boy is that grief is the price you pay for love. It's such a poignant statement to make. Grief is the price you pay for love. And on that note, I extend my condolences on behalf of my good people of Southline and of course the minority caucus in Parliament to the government of the United Kingdom.
April no mu na me wo me ko UK ntimi ko Buckingham Palace na baby a ya na ye nyina ye ko a ye ko gina twa pictures no enti me ni wo guards ni bi di nkomo na busa se sa gate we a gate be no gina gate nefo ani hwe ntenten so ntimi hwe ma ni titie so no na che se ekọ Westminster Parliament no o se queen no ceremonially say ye bie gate ni manua so okọ Parliament okọ straight to Parliament is akwan no ye ma ka bia mfaso and na say cross our platinum anniversary na wo bedie no me ko say no say flower e was left and right.
Yes,
everywhere. No wo matutu flower ni nyina.
Na Kwame, won say almost your hene. Won
Brachas.
Yes. King Charles III.
We anya de ni bia bon say we.
Kwame, e proman cafe never planning committee.
Planning committee. Gate we na say bie na we na kire yes.
The people are just orderly. Wow. They are so orderly in everything they do.
Very.
Na Kwame, na kasa me no kasa ikra, before me no kan ye kan. I mean, how such a country almost the size of Ghana. It mean the omo kasa. Etene wo wiase nyina.
Oh, na nya wiase nyina o. Sa country ya ye kan. It me conquer almost the whole world.
But that's the point I'm making. So if you are not disciplined and you are not orderly, you couldn't have achieved that.
Because me call America. Me call enkuro bi to say Manchester. Ubeti Manchester ne ubehu ebi wo eye Connecticut. Ebi wo ha bi utiti nkuro bi din abose
Yes.
Stanford.
Yes, all over. As for the English towns, we have over 1,000 communities in the UK. They carry English names.
In the US. Yeah.
Now New York. Unim said New York. No, Unim said the city of York in the UK.
Oh, okay.
No need din New York.
There's one York Fufro.
That's right. Fufro. That's right. So New York takes after York.
Okay.
When they build a seaport, friend in New, you see the York too is a seaport. New York. So this is New York.
Westbury, Bebro. Why, eti, Edward, Sesenia, Brian, I am kid, Trimum Nafe, and plan 1 week in only and share. They did so ewaha locally.
I mean, na a collection I want to say them name. I say a collection na
collection, I mean, I say, come to one edges are collection.
And over there, I trust the pounds or na bruan or a pound, 20 pounds. It's the one that say pound. I say a be a city that
Chroma is to borrow Haruna Idris's words. Now, what can say? Auditor General's report hereby, according to Daily Searchlight, report no is so damning. Now, we'll see Yama more and legal powers for Auditor General. Auditor General no so any report we are per what ye hununo we need the teeth to bite legally.
Yes, until Occupy Ghana went to court. Now, Supreme Court said the Auditor General should proceed to state charge. But I have a big problem with that judgment because, you see, the judgment, the judges were oblivious of the requirements in the Constitution. The Auditor General will be in a report as Auditor Parliament. Auditor Parliament, there's a whole procedure that the report goes through. So, hello. Yes, when a report in the Parliament, it goes through a whole plethora of procedures. The judges forgot about all that. Once the Auditor General, he makes some mistakes. Let's be very honest. But to make committing mistakes, that is why the Constitution in the framers, in the mind of the framers of Omwamwe Constitution, or the report in Bar, Oman can say he should submit the report to Parliament. The Constitution says Parliament should debate it. And how would Parliament debate the Auditor General's report? Parliament must now go through the report and now debate. And that is why the report in Bar, Speaker, when it is late, Speaker will refer to the Public Accounts Committee. I'm a member. And back when you want to say, you the brain and public accounts. Yes, now you have every single agency. You have a report in the mono. The Bissau say, auditor say, Auditor General say, what to ma? Why you say, what to ma we? About the same. Because that is all Parliament is supposed to do. In which remove why you been ma. One example. For instance, according to the Public Financial Management Act, every public entity transaction be obey as a so differ idea a friend Ghana give me that is Ghana Integrated Financial Management System. So and it's our system and a payment system transaction be obey so different. Now our system no an internet and a HMA. Now Kwame, who could do a lot of the rural districts, they don't even have internet connectivity. But and also say abanye juma omoye no and say koso. Enti omo ebinu mo ha omo da so ye ne manual. Enti Auditor General ekoye audit no who say sa transactions no omo amfa give me system no mo a omo atomra meboa.
Yes.
Yes, omo atomra. But as Parliament, to me, you cannot punish those people, those assemblies, and other agencies, because and your phone so I say, oh you so give me system because there's no internet connectivity. And you don't know the Parliament here, you say, your mad directive, Edima Abia, GIFEC here, agency be a war Ministry of Communications. Almost share internet connectivity. Almost CCTV posts. My internet. I could call me. Me a director of that. They should take steps to make sure say ye CC post yama. That me ya ombetimenya internet. Edia ye chuma. And the no Auditor General's report now full say. Assemblies no more from you are not being fair to those assemblies who need internet connectivity. These are some of the things that we uncover. So at the American.
Meet you, pa.
And it is after Parliament interrogates the report, a debate, a taking the final decisions on the findings of the Auditor General. And so you could be fair charging. In addition to the fair charging, we must be prosecuting people because a lot of the infractions, any kind of year, it is deliberate. The panel are buying wafa they are sending bottom. And so fair charging means the person should refund the money. And to money panel refund it, it is not sufficient because obi bebre our courts here police for prosecute you because almost your month of buying sika behavior 1,000 cities and answer 2,000 cities. Misappropriation, they are being prosecuted. And it's uncle for now you be the parliament a debate report no. Now you take the final resolution on the report. Report no more all those people should be prosecuted in addition to being charged to refund those money. Okay, that is my proposal. You cannot be charging when Parliament has not debated the report.
Okay.
Yes, it will be unconstitutional. Well, because the final procedure in the Auditor General's work is for Parliament to debate the report. So when Parliament hasn't debated the report, the procedure is not complete. And Abibri said the Auditor General, people are misreading the laws that he is independent in the performance of his work. Yes, that is why when he's doing his work, nobody interferes. That is why he can say that Wako Assembly, the internet, transactions and for internet connectivity system. Yes, you can do that. But who the court a court will be reasonable with the assembly. Say you don't have internet connectivity. How do you operate the system through internet? That is why Parliament is the one that will have to give directive because that is what the Constitution says. Say you debate we are findings are legislation. And legislation starts with policy. And the policy directives now mano. And it said Ministry of Communication take steps and provide internet connectivity to areas that internet any. That is your mandate.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm for say even after a public accounts committee, not until Sebia you cross to bring to the finality whether say you find them culpable no, you can prosecute them.
No, that is not the law. There's no place for Yoko in this matter.
Mm-hmm.
The only final journey in the Auditor General's report is Parliament. That is the final stage. That is what the law says. Okay. Rather, if anybody wants to go to court, which is a high court, a man who say once the Auditor General, even before it comes to Parliament, you can go and challenge it. That one, a man who quite. But maybe Sani Pana, I'm a Parliament we debate no. The Parliament we all the final report nami who someone that is fine. But some who sign trim or report anymore before I can go and challenge it. Because Parliament has done the final stage of the work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the American.
Yeah, me too.
So there's no place for Yoko in the Auditor General's report.
No place. Okay.
There's no place for you. Anybody who is saying that it's not it's not correct. He's misreading the law. If we read the procedure now, the Auditor General in every year is supposed to audit the account of every public agency or any agency that the state has an interest. That's what the law says. We audit now. Within 6 months, he must publish the report and send a copy to Parliament. That's what the law says.
In effect, what is the way forward?
Sorry?
In effect, what is the way forward?
In effect, the way forward, and it's and I mean, me propose say, yama prosecutorial powers to the Auditor General. First, we can Parliament, but the brief say Parliament will now have to be going to court into every manner if they are cumbersome. And we should rather give the prosecutorial powers to the office of the Auditor General to be able to prosecute. Prosecution is different from surcharging. Surcharging, he has power to surcharge. But also here prosecution, as a so here referral to the Attorney General. To say as a what he can Public Accounts Committee, we are making referral to the Attorney General for prosecution. Meaning, since I actually list a command and say on your prosecution, he has not even written back to the committee to say, I have received the communication from the Committee of Parliament. I have received the names of the entities you want me to prosecute. I have initiated further investigations to start the prosecution. He hasn't done that. Because the entities that have been cited are part of the executive. The Attorney General is an appointee of the executive. So it is creating serious conflict of interest situation for the Attorney General to be prosecuting members of his own government. I say, by legislative directives, the Senior Parliament, an act of Parliament, derive the prosecutorial powers, Article 88, only for the Attorney General. You use parliamentary enactments. A lot of agencies, including Obi Koya illegal connection, electricity, ECG and Kasane, and then do over Coco.
Okay.
Yes, the prosecutorial powers at my ECG say, Obi Koya illegal connection, Namunya evidence now. Do the prosecution yourself. Senate, Obi a year pension fraud. Now, Senate nya evidence now. Senate Nankasa ne do be and never prosecute our court. And Attorney General NA. And GRE. So be a tax fraud. A year custom for and a do over court a prosecute. And your police na and your Attorney General office NA. Office of the Special Prosecutor. Your money too means there to be engaging in corruption related or your investigation now, no evidence or no one a prosecution, your Attorney General NA. So with those examples, we should also amend the Audit Service Act. Name Audit Service for prosecutorial powers. The Auditor General's report, in addition to asking the people to return the money, we should also prosecute them criminally.
Legal department of the Audit Service.
Exactly. The prosecutions unit.
Okay.
Of the Office of the Auditor General. To be able to prosecute some of these cases directly without asking the Attorney General to do that.
What about the Special Prosecutor?
Sorry?
What about the Special Prosecutor?
Special Prosecutor named clear mandate, any corruption related. This one can qualify under that.
Okay.
That they can qualify. But why knows that he is not paying attention to the content of the Auditor General.
And now me bisa say.
Yes, to cut the matter short. Auditor General and prosecutorial powers, they are currently constitutional powers. So that he doesn't have to rely on the office of the Special Prosecutor. And indeed, Kwame, we have another law, that is the Internal Audit Agency Act. Internal Audit Unit Agency Act. and una doctor or sign down. Once every government institution be as a some officer a friend internal audit. Into your one from internal auditor. Hello.
Me ba me super.
Internal auditor for Juma will kroma any say. And normal auditor general or external auditor obe uncover. It is their duty to have uncovered these things before the external auditor comes. Another is their duty to make sure all the agencies to do things as in accordance with law. And some external auditor, but our internal audit units are not working.
Oh, how?
That is, Kwame, if they are working, the external auditors should not be uncovering these rocks. Our internal auditors are supposed to be those who are supposed to be checking these things internally. But they are not working. If they are working,
are they being compromised or what?
Kwame, the law, if you go to section 14 and 16 of the Internal Audit Act, it establishes the units and it makes them part of the agency via war. So they see themselves as part of any establishment where they are. So instead of being the internal policeman, they become part of the system. Because as someone make it very simple. So we are internal policeman. Your duty is to check that every transaction that is done on the using public money is done in accordance with law and accounting practices. But it is taking external auditors, if you have maintained, if you be before for moving crime, to be uncovering the rot that we are seeing, and they are reporting it in the Auditor General's report. Mr. Dr. Odros, I said, where is his annual report on internal audit units of all public agencies in this country? By Section 23 of the law, he's supposed to have been sending the president a copy of his annual report. And the president would have been making comments on it and publishing same. Mr. Dr. Odros, I said, when was the last time of publishing his annual report on the internal audit report auditors almost sending a quarterly report in accordance with the law? So and under his powers, he also has power to make referrals for prosecution. Mr. Ansel, when was the first time? And that's the last time or no Dr. Odu was like.
Okay.
One making prosecutor, one making referral to the attorney general for people to be prosecuted as a result of findings of internal auditors in those agencies. So Emrano will hope it real, but the people who are supposed to act, they are not working. They are not working. Every day they are attending seminars and claim that they are doing training, but they are not implementing the law. That is why we have this problem.
And Obi Asenyo Moshe.
David, he's not removed from office. If as the Director General of the Ghana Internal Audit Agency, if you are not doing your work, you are supposed to be fired. But nobody is firing him. Otherwise, the work of the Auditor General would have been minimal. If the internal auditor, Director General of the Internal Audit Unit is working, the Auditor General's work would have been very minimal. Because it is his men, it is the internal auditors in all the government agencies who should be exposing the fraud.
101.7.
But they are not. And well, Baku public accounts. Let me be saying, why are you not working as an internal auditor to check these things before external auditors came? But the chief, if we do it, we will be transferred. So not catch me.
But transferred by who?
Oh, transferred by the powers that be. Which means that Dr. Odro Osai and his units and agency are not being effective. Because if your men work and they are transferred, you are supposed to protect them. So like you are saying, they also become part of the system. Mm-hmm. So the only people we can trust now is the Auditor General and his people who come from outside to audit the accounts of state institutions. When it is actually the internal auditors who are supposed to be working and making sure that the things Juma and Kobia, Omu ya ne Frenchim. External supervisor neighbor, auditor neighbor. Your books are clean, so they will just do what their report and go. And what is also damning is that omu be year auditing na no mu for any rot no. Now omu management letter for them to respond. They don't even respond. So all the issues you see in the Auditor General's report are matters that have been unresolved. Unresolved issues. All the other issues that have been resolved, they don't reflect in the Auditor General's report.
How many at him say? Honorable Bedasi. Yes, I say. Honorable Rockson Dafeamakpor, a member, Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, and the other drink on OK1.7. Pacho.
OKFM 101.7.